right, welcome to Your Time, Your Money, the show where your time is just as valuable as your money, and we know that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here with my partner, Adam Jones.
Hello, Mark. Great to be here.
Yes, so the caller, we're live, right?
That's right. We're live on this recorded.
As always, just a reminder to our listeners and viewers that this is a charity token episode. We'll be dropping some hints throughout the episode for our 10 tokens that we've hidden around the capital region. So we're excited about that.
And for those of you that are for some reason first listening to us, and the reason for that is the charity token allows people to have a donation given to a charity of lists that we have. And it's a great opportunity as well to get a $100 gift card to a restaurant of your choice.
Yeah, and $1,000 to that charity.
Right.
So I think we've got maybe 10, 12 charities on our list. Some of them capital region charities. Actually, a lot of them capital region charities. Look, people want to give sometimes, but they can't afford it.
Right.
So here's a way with some listening and some family fun activities out in nature that you might be able to find a token to donate to a charity here through Iron Tree Financial. So with that being said, the most important part about our podcast is education. And today's topic kind of piggybacks one we did a little while ago. We had talked about things you could do with claiming Social Security at 62. And now we're going to talk about things you could do if you delay Social Security to 70. So just one thing to confuse our clients a little bit.
Well, I think everybody knows that the longer you wait to claim Social Security, the more that money is going to be, right? At the end, right? That's the whole idea of waiting to claim is the increased amount that you'll get. And we've talked before about some of the reasons to wait is maybe you still like to work and you're working full time. That the money is not needed, but again, today's topic is what can we do along the way before age 70? What makes sense from your financial plan?
Yeah, and one of those reasons that somebody may want to defer on 70 is mostly because of spousal or survivor benefits. Right, and that's a whole nother episode that we're going to go over, but it is a main reason why a lot of higher net worth people who are the major breadwinner in their house decide to defer their Social Security is so that they make sure they're setting up their spouse, heaven forbid they die.
Right.
But in that time frame where you're waiting, so when we say waiting till 70, I want to make sure people don't misconstrue this. We're saying waiting to 70. We're not saying don't retire before 70. We're just saying don't claim your Social Security before 70. Right. And one of the things that we have to be aware of is people are living a lot longer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And, I mean, you look at one of the most famous people in history, Rip Van Winkle.
Right.
He went in the mountains. He slept for 100 years. So how old was he when he woke up? Right, and he came down to the river.
240. No, he was already really old.
But the average life expectancy is increasing.
Right.
And you hear the average life expectancy is 78. But that's for all ages. They're calculating that off of people born today. So the chances are, if you're already 60 or 65, your life expectancy is probably 88. Right.
Yep.
Because they're calculating in that first number infants that pass away, young kids with accidents.
I completely feel that it's at this point when someone says, "Oh, so and so passed away," how old were they? Well, they were 76. Wow, that seems so young. I mean, I think that's where we are, as a society. It feels like it's a young age these days.
Yeah, you would wonder what the life expectancy was back in the 1800s.
Right.
You look at people that settled this land. The Dutch had a big colony down, south of here, and they settled early on. That's where you get names like New York and all the nuances around the area. But it was a river-based community. Trade came up through the river, and people settled in this area.
Right.
And life expectancy was only in your 50s.
Right.
And 60s
if you were,
at that point.
If you were lucky.
Right. Which, by the way, is why Social Security was started around the age of 62 and 65, because they didn't expect people to live long.
Right.
Yep. So little caveat or key fact about that. But while you're waiting for Social Security benefit, one of the number one reasons or things that people can take advantage of is moving money from pre-tax to after-tax.
Yep.
Right. Roth conversion. And we preach this a lot on the episodes that we do, but that time frame of you retiring at, say, 65, let's say, and those 5 years before you claim Social Security, before you forcefully increase your income, right? Because that's what you're doing when you're claiming Social Security, is before you forcefully increase your income, using that to your advantage.
Well, one of the key things to that is when required minimum distributions kick up at age 73, right? And what that does is that increases your taxable income, which increases other expenses like Medicare. So in the time frame leading up to age 70, if you are reducing through a conversion strategy, you're reducing your taxable income down the road.
Yeah.
And your expenses.
And all those ages you hear, 62, 65, 70, 67, or whatever, those are all tangible markers like a boat buoy. They're all tangible markers along the way, and they're saying, okay, the earliest you can take is 62. That's when you can go. That's a green buoy, so to speak. The latest you can take is 70. That's a red buoy, and that's important because a red buoy means stop. It won't defer anymore. Claim it now. Take it now at 70. But that time leading up to that is that yellow buoy area, and that's where you have a lot of flexibility within your strategy. Right? So the conversion being...
You don't want to take it for granted.
You want to take it for granted.
Right.
You know, did you say granite or granite?
Granite.
Ah, okay. So one of the things that we, kind of preach is that if you're going to take it early, you have the lower income in there, fill up that tax bucket. So if you're in a 22% tax bracket, there might be another $60,000 in there that you can take as a distribution from your IRA through conversion to not go into the 24% bucket or what have you. And basically what that allows you to do is move it into a Roth IRA. Right. Once it's in the Roth IRA, then you're golden. It's tax free forever.
Tax free forever.
Right. It's tax free forever, and not only that, but then it transfers tax free to your kids. Right. So first and foremost, Roth conversion is probably one of the best benefits that you have.
Absolutely.
And I would say that one other point that we want to make is that by waiting till 70. You are increasing your benefit to 132% of what you actually earned. Right. It's 8% increases per year. Plus cost of living adjustments or COLA as they call it. Right. And that maximum benefit then does what for you later down the road?
Well, again, if it is part of your retirement, part of the retirement income distribution strategy, as I've said, is the savings strategy. And if the max amount is what you are now receiving, gives you additional opportunity to continue to save and build your legacy, through with your estate plan. Yeah.
So let's be crystal clear with that concept, right? Is that we talked in other episode about saving money at 62. We're talking about saving money because your income is so high now from the deferral, that you're making it up on the back end if you have longevity. Right, because times change. Like it used to be, we told time off of a sundial. Right now, everything's digital. Right, actually, you can just say the word Alexa, and what time is it, and it tells you. Right, but you go back to ancient era, it still was accurate. Right, the sundial in the center when the sun got around to noon, it told you exactly what time it was. No matter where you were. Right? Maybe it was a nice mosaic sundial, but whatever it was at noon, it was pointing right to whatever time you needed. Right?
Remember the Flintstones used to have a sundial watch?
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
A random,
I wonder how that worked as you moved around.
This is funny.
Yeah. You know who wasn't in the Flintstones? Ruth and Jean.
Okay. Yep.
I don't even know who Ruth and Jean are, but they look. No matter whether it's an individual or a married couple, like a Ruth and Jean, so to speak, it's important to do that planning together. And a major breadwinner deferring, like we had said before, is very, very important because it's leaving money behind. Right. So in that case, Ruth and Jean, they're next to each other throughout life. They're sitting next to each other, and it's important, if Jean was the major breadwinner, that he's maximizing his benefit. Heaven forbid he passed. So Jean could take advantage of it. Right, which is the main thing. And then the other thing, like you were pointing out too, is it helps later on to pay off debt. and pay off your mortgage a little bit faster if your mortgage
Yep.
had an equity loan against it or something like that, or future vehicles, or even gifting to kids and grandkids later on, because
Sure.
now your income's a lot higher.
And even with the cost of education these days, maybe you helped to pay the college expenses, and you just need a little extra more time to take care of them before retirement. So, or
Yeah.
before claiming rather.
Yeah,
So-
and if longevity's in your family, you may want to slowly dwindle down your pre-tax investments before you claim Social Security, like
Right.
we had just mentioned.
Yep.
And then that way, your future required minimums at age 73 are less.
Yep.
So
Yep.
theoretically, you could be in a position where it keeps you in a lower tax bracket by delaying,
Sure. Yep.
which most people don't think, because they're getting more money at 70.
Yep.
But because of the planning you can do leading up to it, to keep you in a lower tax bracket.
Our goal is always, little to no tax on your income.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
look, if listeners want clarity as far as what strategy they should be claiming, what age and what benefits, and how they should be working conversion into their lifestyle, they can always reach us at Iron Tree Financial at ceterais.com. It's a great way to email us. You can reach us at 844-444-YTYM for Your Time, Your Money. And if you want to check out other episodes of the Charity Token Drop, you can find IronTreeFinancial.com is a great resource. We have a charity token bucket in there, as well as blogs, vlogs, video logs,
Right.
you name
All
it,
the
sorts of-
socials,
all the social media, LinkedIn, Spotify, Instagram. Check us out on those. And as always, it's your time,
Your money.
All right, guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Your Time, Your Money. We really appreciate it. If you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to share this with friends, family, coworkers, anyone else that you think might be interested. If you do have questions or topics, you can always email them to irontreefinancial@ceterais.com. Please follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Spotify, Google Play, and many other sources that were available. And you can reach us at 844-444-YTYM. And as always, it's your time and your money. Cetera Investors is the marketing name of Cetera Investment Services. Securities and insurance products are offered through Cetera Investment Services, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC. Advisory services are offered through Cetera Investment Advisors, LLC. Cetera is under separate ownership from any other named entity.